Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be looking at offers and specifically whether to go with a high ticket, low ticket or medium ticket offer. We're going to be doing this in 15 minutes. I'm going to bring you through it all, showing the advantages and disadvantages, and then you can choose which one is best for you to scale your business. Before we start, there's two key points that you need to look at. First of all is the brick by brick mentality when it comes to offers. Brick by brick when it comes to offers means about just focusing on building one offer really well, and once that is going and making you a good profit and it's serving its customers really well, then you can move on to another type of offer. So whether it's high, medium or low ticket, it doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that one that you focus on is done excellently. If you try and do loads of different offers at the same time, unless you have a massive budget or massive community and massive team, it is very difficult and most likely will fail. The second thing I want you to think about is Kaizen, or the term Kaizen. Kaizen is a Japanese term meaning the change for the better or continuous improvement, which serves as a basis for a Japanese business philosophy. What does this mean when it comes to offers? The best offers are the most quality offers. So that means that they solve your customers' problems or get them to their solutions in the best way. That all the best marketing in the world will make you grow, but it won't give you longevity. It means people will find out you're not as good as you say you are, that you're not able to deliver on your promises or your guarantees. So it's really important to make sure that you're continually improving whatever offer you go that you utilize for your community, in order to make sure that that quality is always at the heart of what you do. So building brick by brick, so focusing on one at a time and then continuously improving that offer is the best way to make a high, medium or low ticket offer. Right, let's go through each one. So we're going to start off with high ticket. This is something that a lot of people like for numerous reasons. I'm going to go through it. So high ticket, for those of you who aren't aware, it's at typically a higher price point and it requires a higher touch, so a higher amount of work for you to deliver. Okay, typical example of this are the classic one-to-one, agency model, unlimited done-for-you work, masterminds or high-end masterminds. High-end groups can sometimes fall into this. Complex build and releases, so like build and release making a business or a process for a company, or it's usually B2B. Those are some typical examples that you can do. The typical price range is 3K to 10K total, or 1K to 5K per month. Now, a lot of people like that for obvious reasons. It's like, that's a lot of money. But the reason in order to do high ticket is you need to deliver results. It has to be something that you are confident on delivering on. So you either work on a small problem and deliver that in a high ticket way, or if you're more experienced or have more capability and resource, you can solve some bigger problems for either businesses or consumers in order to make sure that that you're delivering on what you say you're going to deliver on. Now, a few key things about high ticket and where this is right for you. Obviously, it has higher profit margins. It typically has enhanced customer loyalty and customer engagement, because they're typically paying more, so therefore they're slightly more engaged and loyal to the process. And then the third thing is brand positioning. If you position yourself as someone is premium and offering that, you are seen as more premium naturally by the market. But again, you have to be able to deliver on that, because if you just charge high prices because you want to charge high prices but then can't deliver, then you're not very good. It's good for no one. You lose in the long term and your customers lose straight away. The challenges that we need to look at before you making a decision is also, it's typically a longer sales cycle. So it is a bit more challenging to go from someone seeing or hearing about you and then jumping into a high ticket. It usually takes a little bit of time, whether that's a few calls or lots of content they need to watch first, or a good launch process. It tends to take that a little bit more. So, you need to make sure your sales process is dialed in and all your messaging and systems are super dialed in. The second thing is there's higher customer expectations. If they're paying more, they are expecting more. Therefore, you need to have the skills to do that. If you don't have that right now and you want to do higher ticket, you have to hone in your problem so it's a little bit smaller and that you can deal with it. If you try and offer everything and then deliver a little, you're going to have really annoyed customers. And then the final thing is it's a bit of a limited market. So it's quite hard to scale. You sort of, with high ticket, what you have to do at a certain point, you can't deal with it all yourself. You will need to expand in terms of hiring a team, whether that's independent contractors or employing people to deliver your services. And that can be a bit of a headache for people. Some people might love that. You might think, yeah, that's great. Other people don't really want that. But still, it can limit you, but you can still make a very good living just off working with, say, 5 to 10 clients in a high ticket way. Okay, so that might be right for you. You might be thinking, that's how I want to work with people. I want to work in a high touch process with someone. I want to go along a long journey from that. I want to get rewarded for it. And I feel confident about charging those types of prices right now because of my skill set and just general confidence. And also I like the loyalty side of things. I like positioning myself in that way, and I want to grow that first. Okay, so that might be the way to do it. Now, if you're already doing that high ticket and it's not really selling, it's probably to do with the actual offer. And that's the work that you need to do on, because you could have a high ticket offer, but if it isn't solving the right problems, if it isn't chiming or striking a chord with your market, it's not going to sell. And it's just going to be sitting there on the shelf gathering dust. Okay, so that's the first option, guys. The second one is medium ticket. Now, medium ticket tends to feel nicer for people because it feels like that happy medium. It's like, you know, Goldilocks. It's not too hot, not too cold. It feels just right. And medium ticket is a very popular route for lots of good reasons. Common medium ticket offers are the classic group program, or things like hybrid memberships where it's a little bit of group and a little bit of one-to-one. It could be medium touch one-to-one, so it could be things like having one session a month with Voxer access, or just strictly Voxer access, or messaging access, you could say, be that. Or it could be a quick build and release as well. So it could be something that is quite easy to build, like a quick process. This is really common on things like Fiverr. There's a lot of things on there that you can do it that way. Okay, but many ways to skin a cat, and there could be other things out there as well that people can innovate and develop. These aren't the only ones. This is typically like around the 1k to 3k, okay, typically, or around the 300 to 1,000 pound per month. So if you look at then above where we've got more there, you're probably going to get towards sort of the 10k a month, you're going to have to deal with more customers. So you're going to have to make sure your offer allows you to do that, that it isn't a medium ticket with a high touch, because then you've got no capacity to scale. So let's look at, again, some of the advantages of this. So first of all, it is a balanced approach for people. A lot of people like this balanced approach. Also, you can reach a wider audience with this sort of market. It allows people to access this at this lower rate, and it also has scalability as well. You're able to scale this beyond, say, that 5 to 10 clients with one person we talked about before. You can scale this to 20, 40, even more people in, say, a group program. The second thing that we can look at then is, what are some of the challenges here? Well, it's a competitive market. A lot of people are doing this because it feels right for a lot of people at the level that they're at. So there's a lot of people doing this. The second thing, which is the most important one, is that it's balancing quality and price. The challenge people have is that they'll just build a group program, but then it'll be super basic. The sessions will be really basic. The added benefits are rubbish. The support is rubbish, and then therefore the results aren't good. So if you do something like a medium touch here, or medium ticket, what you want to make sure is that you're innovating and differentiating yourself so you can deliver more quality for the customer so they get a better result. We've done this with a lot of our programs, and it really benefits in terms of customer retention, so that people stay on for longer, which obviously is better for them and better for you. So make sure you're not just putting something rubbish out there just because it's a little bit cheaper, or you're going a little bit more to you go into more people. And the third thing is then customer expectations. Is this strange sort of level with group coaching or some smaller build and release, that when it's at this medium ticket, you can get very demanding clients at that level, and you've got to make sure that you really set out your expectations about what is being delivered here. Because if clients are expecting something more than you're offering, they're going to feel annoyed at that, and that they're not going to stay for long. So therefore you might take a lot of cost to acquire them through paid methods or through just a lot of time, and then they might not actually stay for long. Okay, so it's managing those customer expectations for what results they're going to get. To solve this as well, guys, what I would look at is making sure that you're solving smaller specific problems. If you're too general at this medium ticket level, you're going to be very difficult to solve general problems. So the more you can hone down into what you're doing, so a specific area of nutrition, a specific area of therapy, a specific area of business coaching, then it's going to be a lot easier for you to deliver and have happier clients. Okay, the final one I want you to look at then and talk about is low ticket and low touch. So the classics this are things like books, it could be a course, it could be a membership, it could be an ebook. Most of these are anywhere from the £10 to £300. Okay, this is the classic $97 and all that crap. Or there can be memberships in this way that are anywhere from 10 quid to about 97 quid. Okay, this could be apps as well, okay, that fall into that realm. This is things that are great for this, is that it's higher volume sales. So there's lots of sales that come through. That's really good to build visibility. There's a low sales barrier as well. So this is something you can produce quite quickly and start selling. And then the third thing is that there's a lot of market penetration. So you're reaching a lot of people through this, because the decision and the sales cycle for them to buy tends to be lower, because it's a lesser financial risk of investment for the potential customer in your community. problem is with this, it tends to be lower profit margins. Okay, so you don't tend to, it's not a huge bit of money, especially, you know, if you're looking at doing ads or transactional marketing to get people over the line. Then the challenge about that with using performance marketing is that you've got to make sure that you're at some sort of break even, and then you've got to make sure that you're upselling after that as well. Okay, so all of that process needs to be dialed in. 2, there needs to be as high customer acquisition costs as well. So exactly what I was just saying. If the cost to acquire them is more than what they're paying, you've got to make sure that they're upselling so that their lifetime value with you is higher than that. And then the third thing is that customer retention. If you're doing things like memberships that require, say, a monthly payment, people can really fall off if it's not being delivered because they're not that loyal to what you're doing. Okay, so if we look at all of those as a whole and we go through those again quickly, what I would say with high ticket and high touch, this is for people that are really confident in knowing what they can deliver, that they have a really refined and defined expertise to solve a particular problem, maybe 1, 2, or 3 problems they can do with people. It's for people that like really getting down in the nitty gritty and working with people on things for an extended period of time. I wouldn't say this is for people that have not really understood what their niche is yet, that don't really understand that their offer and making it like a world-class offer. I would say that's not really for you yet. And I would say this is also good for people as well that are, maybe don't have a huge community. And it's also for people that maybe want to use ads as well. There's great ways to booking client sessions to get them over the line. With medium ticket, I think this is the sort of most balanced way to do it. I would say with medium ticket though, a lot of things that you need to think about is making sure that your positioning is really good. So making sure that you're positioning yourself in a way that is differentiating yourself from other people within your area and making yourself a little bit different. If you can do that, then what they're going to do is they're going to start going to you instead of others. I would also focus on being someone that is incredibly on it when it comes to customer experience and quality when you're going through this process, because a lot of people just build a group course or group coaching or a membership, and then they just, as soon as they've got people, they're just like, I've got them now, and leave it. This can be a stepping stone to even people working with you in a higher capacity. So that would be something to really think about, and should be a motivator to increase your customer experience and your quality. And then the final thing then with low ticket, I think low ticket's excellent to do, but as far as focusing on as your sole strategy, I would only do this if you've got a huge ads budget and you really know what you're doing, or you've got a huge engaged community as well. Otherwise, what you might do if you're trying to focus on getting people over the line for 50 quid, it's really hard work to do that organically without a huge community, and obviously not paid, because that's not organic. It's really hard to do, the margins aren't good, and you end up, your lifetime value of a customer is tiny. So I wouldn't bother with that if you're someone that doesn't have those two things. I would have something maybe in the background that can warm people up, but do that, and that should not be the core of your business at that stage. Okay, so those are the things, guys, to help you decide whether high ticket, medium ticket, or low ticket is right for you. Take a step back and analyze what is right for you in your business, and then what makes most financial sense for you, and then also delivering for your customer. And then please, if you like the video, please support the video, because we've got a nice small channel here that we're trying to grow. And please put any comments with which type of offer you would like to do going forward. Take care, and I'll see you in another video.